Did you know? 2. Forward. In the vast universe of human knowledge, there is an organ that has defied our understanding for centuries: the brain. Its complexity has captivated scientists, philosophers, and the curious alike, since within it is hidden the key to understanding our existence, our emotions, and our thoughts. This book, Neuroscience for Beginners, Uncovering the Secrets of the Brain, is a fascinating journey into the depths of our minds. I invite you to explore the amazing world of neuroscience in a way that is clear, accessible, and full of revelations. Throughout these pages, I'll take you by the hand through the hidden mechanisms that drive our actions and shape our human experience. From the basic structure of the brain to the essential functions that make us who we are, you'll discover how tiny electrical impulses and intricate neural connections give rise to our perceptions, our memories, and our very consciousness. But let me make a promise. This book won't just present you with overwhelming scientific facts and theories. You will go beyond superficial explanations to immerse yourself in the deepest and most thought-provoking enigmas. As we unravel the secrets of the brain, I invite you to challenge your assumptions and question what you think you know. You may be surprised to discover that, in the world of neuroscience, there are more questions than answers. What if I tell you that our brain is still a vast, unexplored territory? What if I revealed to you that there are mysteries we haven't unlocked yet, deeper layers waiting to be discovered? Prepare to be captivated by the labyrinths of the human mind and face a journey full of wonder, intrigue, and exciting discoveries. Chapter 1: The Fundamentals of Neuroscience. The Evolution of the Study of the Brain. In this first chapter, we'll delve into the foundations of neuroscience and explore the fascinating history of the study of the human brain. From the first signs of interest in the mind to the most recent scientific advances, we will discover how our understanding of this extraordinary organ has evolved. Thousands of years ago, the philosophers of ancient Greece and other cultures wondered about the nature of mind and consciousness. In this section, we will explore the ideas and theories of great thinkers such as Plato, Aristotle, and Descartes, who laid the foundations for the study of the brain and mind. We will discover how their reflections and discussions laid the foundation for further research in neuroscience. As history progressed, the first attempts to understand the anatomy of the human brain emerged. Figures like Galen in ancient Rome and Andreas Vesalius during the Renaissance carried out dissections and described brain structures with greater precision. We will explore their contributions and how they laid the foundation for later anatomical study. Did you know that Galen was the first to identify the cerebral ventricles, fluid-filled cavities within the brain, and believed they were the seat of thought? As we move forward in time, technology and research techniques have become increasingly sophisticated, allowing significant advances in the study of the brain. We will explore the discovery of electricity in the 18th century and how this led to the development of techniques such as electroencephalography, EEG, and electrical brain stimulation. We'll also talk about the invention of magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, and computed tomography, CT, which revolutionized the visualization of the brain and the understanding of how it works. Did you know that the Italian Luigi Galvani was one of the pioneers in studying electricity in living tissue and carried out experiments involving the electrical stimulation of frogs' legs, which led him to discover the principles of bioelectricity? In this exciting journey through time, we have explored the evolution of the study of the human brain. From the philosophical musings of antiquity to the most recent technological advances, we have understood how our understanding of this complex and enigmatic organ has evolved. These advances have laid the foundation for modern neuroscience and have paved the way for future research that will allow us to further unlock the secrets of the human brain and mind. In the following chapters, we'll delve even deeper into the fascinating aspects of neuroscience and discover how the brain influences all aspects of our lives and experience. Neurons, the building blocks of the brain. In this chapter, we will delve into the fascinating world of neurons, the specialized cells that make up the fabric of the human brain. We will discover how these tiny structures are the foundation of our ability to think, feel, and act, and how their intricate workings allow us to carry out the complex cognitive and emotional tasks that characterize our existence. Imagine a forest of interconnected trees, where each tree represents a neuron and the branches and roots symbolize synaptic connections. Neurons are specialized cells that transmit electrical and chemical information in the brain and nervous system. They are the basis of our ability to perceive the world, think, remember, get emotional, and move. Did you know that the human brain contains around 86 billion neurons? If we were to put all these neurons in a straight line, they could go around the Earth several times. A typical neuron consists of three main parts: the cell body or soma, the dendrites, and the axon. The soma is the nucleus of the cell and contains the genetic material necessary for its functioning. Dendrites are the branches that extend from the soma and receive signals from other neurons. The axon is a long, thin process that transmits the electrical signal to other neurons. Did you know that some axons can reach amazing lengths? For example, the axon that connects the brain to the spinal cord can extend up to a meter in length. Neurons communicate with each other through connections called synapses. At these synapses, electrical signals are transformed into chemical signals through the release of molecules called neurotransmitters. These chemicals cross the synaptic gap and bind to receptors on the receiving neuron, triggering an electrical response in it. Did you know that there are more than 100 different types of neurotransmitters in the brain? Each plays a unique role in regulating various functions, such as mood, memory, and sleep. One of the most amazing characteristics of neurons is their ability to change and adapt, known as neuronal plasticity. Throughout our lives, the synaptic connections between neurons can change in response to experience and learning. This plasticity underlies our ability to acquire new skills, adapt to changing situations, and recover from brain injuries. Did you know that neural plasticity is especially notable during childhood? During this stage, the brain is more malleable and can more easily establish synaptic connections, which facilitates learning and cognitive development. Neurons are the building blocks of our brain, allowing us to think, feel, learn, and act. Their complexity and ability to communicate and adapt are truly amazing. In upcoming chapters, we'll explore more fascinating aspects of neuroscience and discover how these incredible cells shape our human experience. Neural communication, synapses, and neurotransmitters. In this chapter, we will explore the fascinating process of communication between neurons, which allows us to process information, experience emotions, and carry out all the cognitive functions that characterize our minds. We will discover how synapses and neurotransmitters play a crucial role in this communication and how their subtle interplay shapes our everyday experience. Imagine a busy meeting point where neurons communicate with each other. This place is the synapse, a small gap between the terminals of a sending neuron and the dendrites of a receiving neuron. This is where the magic of neural communication happens. Did you know that there are billions of synapses in the human brain? These tiny connections are crucial to the functioning of the brain, allowing the transmission of information from one neuron to another. At the synapse, information travels from one neuron to another via chemicals called neurotransmitters. These chemical messengers are released by the sending neuron and bind to specific receptors on the receiving neuron, thus transmitting the signal. Did you know that some neurotransmitters, such as dopamine and serotonin, are involved in regulating mood? Abnormal levels of these neurotransmitters have been associated with disorders such as depression and anxiety. The neural communication process through neurotransmitters is a delicate chemical balance. Each neurotransmitter has its unique function and binds to specific receptors on the receiving neuron. Some neurotransmitters excite the receiving neuron, while others inhibit it, thus regulating neuronal activity in the brain. Did you know that some neurotransmitters, such as endorphins, are associated with feelings of pleasure and well-being? It is the reason why activities such as intense physical exercise or laughter can generate a feeling of euphoria and joy. After completing their function, the neurotransmitters must be removed from the synapse to allow the next transmission of information. This is achieved through reuptake mechanisms, where neurotransmitters are reabsorbed by the sending neuron, or through their degradation by specific enzymes. Did you know that some psychiatric medications act precisely on neurotransmitter reuptake processes? These drugs seek to regulate chemical imbalances in the brain and improve neural communication. Neural communication through synapses and neurotransmitters is essential for the functioning of the human brain. This chemical dance between neurons allows the transmission of information, the regulation of our emotions, and the performance of our cognitive functions. Understanding this process brings us a little closer to the amazing world of neuroscience and helps us appreciate the complexity and wonder of our brain. In the next chapter, we'll explore the cerebral hemispheres and lateralization, discovering how our brain organizes itself and specializes in different tasks. Do not miss it. The cerebral hemispheres and lateralization. In this fascinating chapter, let's delve into the world of the brain and discover how it is organized into two hemispheres, the left and the right. We will explore the differences between them and how each hemisphere performs different but complementary functions. In addition, we will explore the phenomenon of lateralization and how it influences our perception and behavior. The human brain is divided into two hemispheres, the left and the right, and each of them has its own characteristics and functions. While both hemispheres work together on most tasks, they also display particular specializations. Did you know that although the cerebral hemispheres are anatomically symmetrical, there are some subtle differences between them? For example, the left hemisphere tends to be more dominant in language and verbal processing, while the right hemisphere excels in spatial awareness and creativity. The left hemisphere of the brain is associated with skills such as language, logic, and analytical thinking. It is responsible for the comprehension and production of language, the sequential processing of information, and logical reasoning. Did you know that most people, regardless of their dominant hand, are left brain dominant in terms of language? This is known as language lateralization. The right hemisphere of the brain is associated with skills such as spatial awareness, creativity, and appreciation of the arts. It is responsible for the interpretation of visual and spatial information, pattern recognition, and emotional expression. Did you know that some research suggests that the right hemisphere may be more adept at recognizing facial emotions? This means that the right hemisphere is more likely to detect and understand the facial expressions of others. Lateralization refers to the tendency of each cerebral hemisphere to have certain specialized functions. However, it is important to note that both hemispheres work together and complement each other in most tasks. Did you know that lateralization can vary from one person to another? Some people may have more marked lateralization, while others may have a more balanced distribution of functions in both hemispheres. Although the cerebral hemispheres have their own specialized functions, the human brain is highly adaptable and has the ability to reorganize itself. This is known as brain plasticity, and it allows other areas of the brain to take over if a specific region is damaged or unavailable. Did you know that brain plasticity is most prominent at an early age, but it can also be seen in adulthood? This means that, even in adulthood, our brains have the capacity to learn, adapt, and change. The study of the cerebral hemispheres and lateralization gives us fascinating insight into how our brain is organized and how each hemisphere contributes to our cognitive and emotional functioning. Although the hemispheres have specialized functions, it's important to remember that they work together in harmony, allowing us to experience the world in a unique way. In the next chapter, we'll explore our brain's incredible ability to process sensory information and how we perceive the world through our senses. Do not miss it. The amazing power of the brain, overcoming limits and challenges. In this exciting chapter, we'll delve into the amazing power of the human brain and explore how it can overcome seemingly insurmountable limits and challenges. We'll discover the incredible cognitive and adaptive abilities of the brain, as well as some inspiring stories of people who have achieved extraordinary feats through the power of their mind. The brain is one of the most fascinating organs in the human body. With approximately 86 billion interconnected neurons, it is responsible for our cognitive abilities, emotions, movements, and much more. But the most surprising thing is his ability to adapt and change. Did you know that the human brain has the ability to generate new neural connections and reorganize itself in response to new experiences and learning? This is known as brain plasticity, and is the basis of our ability to adapt and overcome challenges. The brain has an amazing capacity to learn and acquire new skills. Through processes such as attention, memory, and practice, we can improve our cognitive and physical abilities. From learning a new language to mastering a sport, the brain adapts and grows stronger with each new experience. Did you know that the human brain has a structure called the hippocampus, which plays a crucial role in the formation of new memories? This small region of the brain is critical to our ability to learn and remember information. Resilience is the ability to cope with adversity and bounce back from life's challenges. The brain plays a fundamental role in this process, since it allows us to adapt and find creative solutions to difficult situations. Through emotional regulation and seeking support, we can overcome even the most difficult obstacles. Did you know that the brain produces chemicals called endorphins, which act as natural pain relievers and help us deal with stress and pain? These substances are released during challenging situations and give us a sense of well-being and relief. Visualization is a powerful technique that involves imagining a situation or desired outcome in a vivid and detailed way. Surprisingly, the brain cannot clearly distinguish between reality and a vividly visualized image. This ability allows us to use visualization as a tool to overcome fears, improve performance, and achieve our goals. Did you know that some elite athletes use visualization as part of their training? By imagining and visualizing your successful moves and outcomes, you are strengthening neural connections and preparing your brain for optimal performance. The human brain is an extraordinary organ with amazing power. His ability to adapt, learn, and overcome challenges shows us the unlimited potential of our mind. Through continuous learning, resilience, and the use of techniques like visualization, we can harness the power of our brains and achieve great things. In the next chapter, we'll explore the fascinating relationship between the brain and emotions. We will discover how our emotions are processed by the brain and how they influence our experience and well-being. You cannot lose this. The brain and decision-making. Who's in charge? In this fascinating chapter, we will explore the complex decision-making process that occurs in our brain. We will discover how the brain processes information, evaluates options, and ultimately chooses a course of action. In addition, we will investigate who is in charge of our decisions and how we can make more informed and conscious decisions. Decision-making is a fundamental process in our daily lives. From simple decisions like what to wear to bigger decisions like choosing a career or making financial decisions, our brains are constantly working to evaluate the options and make the best choice. Did you know that the human brain processes about 11 million bits of information per second, but we are only aware of about 50 bits? This means that much of the decision-making process happens on a subconscious level. Our brain is made up of different regions that play specific roles in decision-making. The emotional brain, located in the limbic system, influences our emotions and impulsive responses, while the rational brain in the prefrontal cortex allows us to analyze, reason, and assess long-term consequences. Did you know that the emotional brain can make decisions up to 5 seconds before the rational brain is aware of them? This means that our decisions are often influenced by our emotions before we can rationally analyze them. Our brain is subject to a series of cognitive biases, which are predictable and automatic thought patterns that can affect our decisions. Some common examples are confirmation bias, which causes us to seek information that confirms our existing beliefs, and loss aversion bias, which causes us to avoid taking risks for fear of losing. Did you know that the brain has a natural tendency to prefer instant gratification over long-term rewards? This is due to the influence of a neurotransmitter called dopamine, which is released when we experience pleasure and immediate reward. Although our brains can be subject to biases and emotions, we also have the ability to make informed and conscious decisions. By seeking objective information, considering different perspectives, reflecting on our own motivations, and evaluating the long-term consequences, we can improve our decision-making. Did you know that even small daily decisions, such as what to eat or how to spend our free time, can have a significant impact on our general well-being? Making conscious and healthy decisions in these areas can have positive effects on our quality of life. Decision-making is a complex process that involves different regions of the brain and is influenced by our emotions, cognitive biases, and the search for instant gratification. However, we also have the ability to make informed and conscious decisions by considering different perspectives, evaluating long-term consequences, and seeking objective information. In the next chapter, we'll explore how the brain coordinates our movements and allows us to interact with the world around us. We will discover the secrets behind motor coordination and how we can improve our physical abilities. Get ready to delve into the amazing world of movement neuroscience. The brain in action, how movement is coordinated. In this exciting chapter, we'll explore the fascinating world of how our brains coordinate movement. From the simplest movements like lifting a finger to complex athletic and artistic skills, our brains are responsible for controlling and coordinating every movement we make. Join us on this journey to discover the secrets behind our movements and how we can improve our physical prowess. Our brain has a complex motor system in charge of planning, coordinating, and executing our movements. This system is made up of several brain structures, including the motor cortex, cerebellum, and basal ganglia, which work together to control our coordination and balance. Did you know that the motor cortex is responsible for sending signals to the muscles to initiate and control movement? Each part of the body has a specific area in the motor cortex dedicated to its control, known as a motor map. To perform precise movements, our brains also rely on sensory feedback. Through receptors in our muscles, joints, and skin, we receive information about our body's position, force, and movement. This sensory feedback allows the brain to adjust and correct our movements in real time. Did you know that our brain uses visual, tactile, and kinesthetic information to create an internal representation of our body and its position in space? This representation is known as the body schema and is essential for our motor coordination. Throughout our lives, our brain has the ability to learn and refine motor skills. Through repetition, practice, and feedback, the brain establishes more efficient neural connections, allowing us to improve our dexterity and coordination in activities such as playing a musical instrument, playing sports, or performing manual tasks. Did you know that the brain uses a phenomenon called neural plasticity to adapt and learn new motor skills? This means that even in adulthood, our brains can change and reshape their structure in response to training and experience. Knowledge of how the brain coordinates movement also has applications in the rehabilitation of neurological injuries and motor disorders. Through specific therapies such as occupational therapy and physical therapy, it is possible to stimulate and retrain the brain to recover lost motor skills or improve motor function in people with disabilities. Did you know that there are advances in brain-machine interface technology that allow people with paralysis to control external devices, such as robotic arms, using only brain signals? These technologies are opening up new possibilities to improve the quality of life of people with motor limitations. The brain is the master behind our movements, from the simplest to the most complex. Their ability to coordinate and control movement is amazing and allows us to carry out daily activities, express our creativity, and enjoy an active and healthy life. By understanding how our brains work in relation to movement, we can optimize our skills and explore new ways to improve our motor coordination. Did you know that the human brain is capable of coordinating movements as delicate as writing on paper, performing precision surgeries, or playing a musical instrument with mastery? It's a sample of the incredible power and sophistication of our brain in action. In the next chapter, we'll delve into the fascinating link between neuroscience and art, exploring how the brain connects to creativity and aesthetic appreciation. Get ready to discover the beauty of the artistic mind. Neuroscience and art, the creative connection of the brain. In this exciting chapter, we will explore the fascinating relationship between neuroscience and art. At first glance, we might think that art and science are completely separate disciplines, but in reality, they are closely intertwined in our brain. We will discover how artistic activity stimulates and awakens different brain areas, how it influences our emotions, and how aesthetic appreciation connects us with our most creative side. The creative process involves the generation of new ideas, originality, and the ability to see the world from different perspectives. These abilities are related to the brain and its ability to form new neural connections and combine different areas of knowledge and expertise. Our brain is incredibly adaptable and has the ability to change and reorganize itself, known as brain plasticity. This property is fundamental in creativity, since it allows us to adapt, learn, and generate new ideas. Did you know that artists can have structural differences in their brain compared to non-artists? Some studies have shown that artists tend to have a higher density of gray matter in brain areas related to creativity, such as the frontal lobe and parietal lobe. Music is an art form that has a powerful impact on our brain. When listening to music, different brain areas are activated, including those related to emotion, memory, and movement. Music can lift our mood, evoke vivid memories, and motivate us physically. Did you know that playing a musical instrument can have significant benefits for brain development? Studies have shown that musicians have greater connectivity in the corpus callosum, the structure that connects the two cerebral hemispheres, suggesting a greater capacity for communication between brain regions. When we contemplate a work of art, be it a painting, a sculpture, or a piece of music, our brain is immersed in an aesthetic experience. Aesthetic appreciation involves the activation of brain areas related to emotion, aesthetic judgment, and visual perception. Did you know that the brain can experience pleasure when contemplating art? Studies have shown that looking at works of art that we consider beautiful and harmonious activates the brain's reward system, releasing neurotransmitters associated with pleasure, such as dopamine. The connection between neuroscience and art is a testament to the incredible potential of our human brain. Creativity, music, aesthetic appreciation, and the artistic process are all unique expressions of brain activity. By understanding how our brain relates to art, we can deepen our own creativity and enrich our aesthetic experience. Did you know that Vincent van Gogh's painting, The Starry Night, one of the world's most iconic works of art, reflects his personal struggle with mental health? Van Gogh painted this work while in a nursing home, capturing his unique and emotional view of the world. It is a reminder of how art can be a powerful form of personal expression and human connection. In the next chapter, we'll explore the exciting world of the neuroscience of love and relationships, discovering how our brain influences our deepest emotional connections. Get ready for a journey into the heart of the mind in love. The secrets of the brain in love and relationships. In this captivating chapter, we'll explore the mysteries of the brain in love and relationships. Love is a powerful force that influences our lives in profound and amazing ways. We will discover how the brain is involved in romantic love, attraction, emotional bonding, and how relationships affect our emotional and physical well-being. Romantic love is an intense experience that fills us with emotions and makes us feel connected to another person. The brain plays a fundamental role in this experience, releasing hormones such as dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin, which generate feelings of euphoria, attachment, and happiness. When we fall in love, our brain is filled with chemicals that influence our emotions and behaviors. Dopamine, known as the pleasure hormone, is released in large quantities, creating feelings of happiness and euphoria. Oxytocin, also called the love hormone, promotes emotional bonding and intimacy. Did you know that the brain of a person in love is similar to the brain of an addicted person? Functional MRI studies have shown that the brain areas activated in people in love are similar to those in people addicted to drugs, which explains the intensity and obsession that we often associate with romantic love. The brain also plays a crucial role in forming and maintaining intimate relationships. Emotional attachment is based on the release of oxytocin and the activation of brain areas related to trust and empathy. These emotional connections give us a sense of security and support in our relationships. Our brain is intrinsically connected to our social interactions. Healthy and fulfilling relationships have a positive impact on our emotional and physical well-being. Being close to people we care about activates brain areas related to pleasure and happiness, and reduces stress and anxiety levels. Did you know that positive, loving relationships can have heart health benefits? Studies have shown that people in stable romantic relationships are less likely to develop heart disease and experience faster recovery after a cardiovascular event. Love and relationships are fundamental experiences in our lives, and our brains play a key role in forming and maintaining them. Knowing how the brain is involved in love and relationships helps us better understand our emotions and cultivate healthier, more fulfilling connections. Did you know that the brain can experience blind love? When we are in love, our brain tends to idealize the loved one, ignoring her defects and focusing our attention on her positive qualities. This phenomenon may explain why it's sometimes hard to see the warning signs in troubled relationships. The aging brain, challenges and strategies to keep it active and healthy. The passage of time affects all aspects of our body, and the brain is no exception. As we age, it's natural to experience certain changes in our cognitive ability and the way we process information. Despite these challenges, however, there are strategies and practices that can help us keep our brains active and healthy throughout the years. In this chapter, we'll explore the effects of aging on the brain, discover the causes behind these changes, and learn valuable strategies for promoting brain health. As we get older, it is common to experience certain changes in our cognitive ability. We may notice that it takes us longer to remember certain things, that it is difficult for us to concentrate for long periods of time, or that it is more difficult for us to learn new things. These changes are part of the natural aging process and are related to various factors, such as decreased brain volume, reduced processing speed, and decreased neuronal plasticity. However, it is important to keep in mind that aging does not affect everyone in the same way. Some people can maintain acute brain function well into old age, while others may experience a more pronounced decline. This is due to a combination of genetic factors, lifestyle, and general health. Fortunately, there are numerous strategies we can implement to promote brain health as we age. Next, we will present some of the most effective. Physical activity. Regular exercise not only benefits the body, but also the brain. Studies have shown that aerobic exercise improves cognitive function, stimulates the growth of new neurons, and promotes cardiovascular health, which is vital for a healthy brain. Balanced diet. A diet rich in nutrients is essential to keep the brain in good condition. Foods like fruits, vegetables, fish, nuts, and healthy fats promote optimal brain function. Cognitive stimulation. Keeping the mind active is essential. Engaging in activities that challenge the brain, such as solving puzzles, learning a new language, or playing a musical instrument can help maintain neural connections and preserve brain function. Quality sleep. Adequate rest is crucial for the brain. During sleep, the brain consolidates learned information and performs repair processes. Getting enough sleep and having quality sleep is vital for proper brain function. Stress management. Chronic stress can have negative effects on the brain. Practicing relaxation techniques, such as meditation or yoga, can help reduce stress levels and promote a calm mind. Social interaction. Maintaining strong social connections also benefits the brain. Participation in stimulating social activities and maintaining meaningful relationships can help preserve mental and cognitive health. Did you know that the brain is still capable of generating new neurons in adulthood? Neurogenesis, formation of new neurons, was long believed to only occur during early development, but recent research has shown that the adult brain retains this capacity in certain regions, such as the hippocampus, involved in memory and learning. Physical exercise, stimulating learning, and an enriched environment can support the generation of new neurons, demonstrating the plasticity and adaptability of the brain throughout life. In this chapter, we've explored the challenges associated with brain aging and learned effective strategies for keeping the brain active and healthy. Through physical activity, a balanced diet, cognitive stimulation, adequate sleep, stress management, and social interaction, we can preserve brain function and promote healthy aging. As we continue our journey through neuroscience, we'll delve into the exciting world of brain plasticity and the brain's ability to adapt and learn throughout life. Chapter 2: The Anatomy of the Brain. The reptilian brain, our basic instincts. In this exciting chapter, we'll explore the first part of the brain to develop in evolution, the reptilian brain. Although the term reptilian may evoke images of creatures from the age of dinosaurs, this region of our brain plays an essential role in our survival and basic instincts. Join us on this journey through evolution and discover how this primitive but powerful brain influences our instinctive responses and decision-making. Millions of years ago, our most ancient ancestors evolved with a part of the brain dedicated to survival. This region, known as the reptilian brain, is responsible for controlling our basic and automated functions. Even today, we share this part of the brain with reptiles and other primitive animals. The reptilian brain is made up of several key structures, each playing a specific role in our survival. Among these structures is the brainstem, which controls vital functions such as breathing and heartbeat. Also included are the thalamus, responsible for transmitting sensory information, and the hypothalamus, which regulates our emotional responses and hormonal balance. The reptilian brain is responsible for our most basic instincts, such as hunger, thirst, reproduction, and fear. These instincts are ingrained in our biology and help us survive in different situations. For example, the fear instinct alerts us to possible dangers and prompts us to take protective measures. Although the reptilian brain is a primitive part of our brain, it does not operate in isolation. It is interconnected with other regions, such as the limbic brain and the cerebral cortex, forming a complex system that influences our behavior and decision-making. Did you know that the reptilian brain also plays a role in the development of addictions? Addictive substances, such as alcohol and drugs, can stimulate the reward system of the reptilian brain, generating a sensation of pleasure and thus reinforcing addictive behavior. The reptilian brain, the most primitive part of our brain, is responsible for our basic instincts and plays a crucial role in our survival. Through millions of years of evolution, this region has been shaped to suit the needs of our ancestors. In the next section, we'll explore the limbic brain, the center of our emotions and memory, to discover how it influences our human experience. The limbic brain, emotions and memory. In this fascinating chapter, we'll delve into the limbic brain, an essential region for understanding how we experience and process our emotions, as well as how we store and retrieve our memories. Join us on this journey through the depths of our brain to discover how this area influences our daily lives and our emotional identity. The limbic brain, often called the emotional brain, is a complex network of interconnected structures that includes the hippocampus, amygdala, thalamus, and hypothalamus. These structures work together to process and regulate our emotions, as well as play a crucial role in memory formation and retrieval. The hippocampus, a key structure of the limbic brain, plays a critical role in the formation of new memories and the consolidation of long-term memory. Without this structure, it would be difficult to remember past events, familiar places, or even the face of a loved one. Through its connections to other brain areas, the hippocampus allows us to make sense of our experiences and build our personal narrative. The amygdala, another important component of the limbic brain, is known for its role in regulating our emotional responses, especially fear and anxiety. It acts as an early warning center, assessing situations and triggering appropriate emotional responses. It has also been linked to the emotional encoding of memories, which explains why some traumatic events can be vividly remembered even after many years. The limbic brain plays a crucial role in the connection between our emotions and our memories. Emotionally significant experiences are more likely to be stored in our long-term memory. For example, we remember happy, sad, or shocking events more clearly because our limbic brain assigns them special emotional value. This emotional connection can influence how we remember and process information. Did you know that music can have a profound impact on our emotions due to its influence on the limbic brain? Studies have shown that music can activate limbic regions, such as the hippocampus and amygdala, generating intense emotional responses and even evoking specific memories associated with certain songs. The limbic brain plays a critical role in our emotional experience and in our ability to store and retrieve memories. As we explore the complexities of this region, we realize the close connection between our emotions and our personal identity. In the next section, we'll dive into the cerebral cortex, the seat of thought and consciousness, to discover how our most advanced cognitive abilities develop and shape our human experience. Get ready to unveil the mysteries of our conscious mind. The cerebral cortex, the seat of thought and consciousness. Welcome to a fascinating journey through the cerebral cortex, the outermost and most complex layer of our brain. In this chapter, we'll explore the amazing world of the cerebral cortex, which plays a critical role in thinking, consciousness, and many other higher cognitive functions. We will discover how this architectural marvel distinguishes us as human beings and allows us to understand and adapt to the world around us. The cerebral cortex is made up of different areas that specialize in various functions. Each area has a unique function and is associated with different aspects of thought and perception. For example, the frontal lobe is responsible for planning, decision-making, and executive control, while the temporal lobe is involved in hearing and memory. One of the most surprising characteristics of the cerebral cortex is its capacity for plasticity, that is, its ability to adapt and change throughout our lives. Through brain plasticity, our brain can reorganize itself in response to experiences and learning, creating new neural connections and modifying existing ones. This means that even in adulthood, we can learn, gain new skills, and adapt to new challenges. The cerebral cortex also plays a critical role in generating consciousness and building our sense of self. Through its interaction with other parts of the brain, such as the thalamus and limbic system, the cerebral cortex enables us to be aware of our experiences, thoughts, and emotions, and gives us the ability to reflect and make conscious decisions. Did you know that some people experience a condition called synesthesia, in which the senses get mixed up with each other? For example, they can see colors when listening to music or perceive flavors when touching certain objects. This fascinating phenomenon can be attributed to unusual connections in the cerebral cortex, where sensory areas intertwine and activate simultaneously. The cerebral cortex, with its intricate architecture and complex functions, is the foundation of our thinking, consciousness, and our most advanced cognitive abilities. As we delve deeper into this amazing organ, we marvel at the incredible diversity of functions that the cerebral cortex plays in our daily lives. The wonders of the human brain, curiosities and exceptional abilities. Did you know that your brain is one of the most incredible and complex organs in the human body? In this chapter, we will dive into the wonders of this prodigious organ, discovering fascinating curiosities and exceptional abilities that make us unique as a species. Prepare to be amazed at the extraordinary capabilities of your own brain. The human brain has an amazing capacity to learn and adapt. Throughout our life, we are capable of acquiring new skills, knowledge, and experiences. From learning to walk and talk in childhood to acquiring complex skills in adulthood, our brains are constantly changing and developing to respond to the demands of the environment. Our memory is one of the most amazing abilities of the human brain. We can recall past events, emotional experiences, and specific details with amazing accuracy. Some people have prodigious memories, able to recall minute details of events that occurred years ago. This extraordinary ability allows us to preserve our personal history and access memories that define us as individuals. The ability to be creative and imaginative is another outstanding aspect of the human brain. Through our imagination, we can visualize things we have never seen and create works of art, stories, and music. Creativity is an expression of our brain's ability to combine ideas, concepts, and emotions in unique ways, generating something new and original. Did you know that some people experience a condition called synesthesia, in which the senses get mixed up with each other? For example, they can see colors when listening to music or perceive flavors when touching certain objects. This fascinating phenomenon can be attributed to unusual connections in the brain, where sensory areas intertwine and activate simultaneously. The human brain is a treasure trove of amazing capabilities and potential. As we've explored some of the wonders of this prodigious organ, we've come to appreciate its incredible learning ability, exceptional memory, boundless creativity, and ability to surprise us again and again. In the next chapter, we will dive into the intriguing world of sleep and dreams, discovering the secrets of this restful state and the fascinating stories that unfold in our minds while we sleep. Get ready to enter a realm of puzzles and mind-blowing discoveries. The brain and sleep, exploring the mysteries of rest and dreams. Have you ever wondered what happens in your brain while you sleep? Sleep is a fundamental state for our well-being and daily functioning, but it is also a phenomenon full of mysteries and wonders. In this chapter, we will dive into the fascinating world of sleep, exploring the brain processes that accompany it and the secrets that are revealed in our dreams. Get ready to discover the amazing journey that happens in your mind while you rest. During a night's sleep, we experience different stages that make up the sleep cycles. One of the most interesting aspects is the so-called REM, rapid eye movement, sleep, characterized by rapid eye movements and intense brain activity. During this phase, it is when we dream most vividly and our brains show activity similar to when we are awake. REM sleep is believed to be associated with emotion processing and memory consolidation. Sleep plays a crucial role in restoring and repairing the brain and body. During sleep, important processes of cell regeneration and protein synthesis occur that help maintain brain health. Additionally, adequate sleep is associated with improved concentration, mood, and overall cognitive function. Did you know that some people have the ability to have lucid dreams, in which they are aware that they are dreaming and can take control of their actions in the dream? This intriguing phenomenon allows people to consciously and deliberately explore and experience the dream world. Lucid dreaming has been the subject of study and practice in various cultures and traditions, and offers a fascinating window into the untapped potential of our mind. The dream is a fascinating universe that occurs in our mind every night. As we've explored the mysteries of rest and dreams, we've discovered sleep cycles, the restorative importance of sleep, and the intriguing phenomenon of lucid dreaming. There are still many secrets to be revealed in this field in constant research, and in the next chapter we will delve into the power of music and how it influences our emotions and brain experiences. Get ready for a symphony of discoveries and emotions that will make you vibrate in tune with your brain. The brain and music, how the melody influences our emotions. Let the music surround you and discover the power it has over your brain and your emotions. In this chapter, we'll explore the close relationship between music and our brain, and how a simple melody can stir emotions, evoke memories, and convey profound messages without the need for words. Delve into the world of music and discover how it affects your brain in surprising ways. When we listen to music, our brain is activated in different regions and triggers a cascade of neurochemical responses. Music can influence our mood, releasing neurotransmitters such as dopamine, which give us feelings of pleasure and well-being. Additionally, music can synchronize our brain rhythms and stimulate the release of endorphins, making us feel more energetic and positive. Music has a unique way of sticking in our memory. Have you ever experienced listening to a song and remembering a specific moment in your life associated with that tune? Musical memory is incredibly powerful and can spark vivid memories and intense emotions. This is because music activates memory-related areas of the brain, such as the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex. Did you know that many athletes use music as a tool to improve their sports performance? Studies have shown that listening to music during exercise can increase motivation, reduce perceived exertion, and improve overall performance. Music acts as an external stimulus that helps us maintain a steady rhythm and distracts us from fatigue, allowing us to achieve a higher level of effort and concentration. Music is a universal language that connects with our mind and our emotions in a unique way. As we have explored the brain's response to music and the powerful influence of musical memory, we have discovered how a simple melody can arouse emotions and convey profound messages. In the next chapter, we'll delve into the neurological underpinnings of language, discovering how we understand and communicate through words and meanings. Get ready for a symphony of knowledge that will open your mind to new perspectives. The neurological basis of language, how we understand and communicate. Welcome to a fascinating journey through the world of words and language. In this chapter, we will explore the neurological foundations that allow us to understand and communicate through language. We will discover how our brain processes words, how meanings are formed, and how we express ourselves in such complex ways. Join us on this exciting adventure and let's unravel the mysteries of language. Language is one of the most distinctive abilities of human beings, and our brain plays a fundamental role in its processing. Key brain areas involved in language include Broca's area, which is involved in speech production, and Wernicke's area, which is involved in language comprehension. These areas work in conjunction with other brain regions to allow us to communicate fluently and understand the meaning of words. The human brain has a remarkable capacity for adaptation and change, known as brain plasticity. This plasticity is especially evident in language learning. Children have a remarkable facility for acquiring new languages, and this is due in large part to the plasticity of their developing brains. As they learn new words and grammatical structures, neural connections are established that strengthen their linguistic ability. Did you know that sign language is a complete and complex language used by deaf people to communicate? Like spoken language, sign language has its own lexical and grammatical system. Surprisingly, research has shown that the brain's processing of sign language closely resembles the processing of spoken language. This shows that our brain is adapted to process and understand language in different modalities. Language is an amazing faculty that distinguishes us as human beings. In this chapter, we have explored the neurological bases that underlie our ability to understand and communicate through language. From the brain areas involved in linguistic processing to the brain plasticity that allows us to learn new languages, we have unlocked some of the secrets that make our verbal communication possible. In the next chapter, we'll delve into the fascinating world of the brain in action, exploring how movement is coordinated and the science behind sport and physical performance. Get ready to discover how our brain drives us to overcome limits and challenges. The brain in action, the science behind sport and physical performance. Get ready to explore the incredible relationship between the brain and movement. In this chapter, we will discover how our brain coordinates and controls our physical actions, and how science reveals the secrets of sport and physical performance to us. From elite athletes to enthusiastic hobbyists, we can all benefit from understanding how our brains influence our physical performance. Join us on this exciting journey through the science of movement and discover how you can reach your full potential. Our brain is the master behind all our movements, from running and jumping to throwing a ball or playing a musical instrument. The motor cortex, located at the front of the brain, is responsible for planning and executing our voluntary movements. It works closely with other brain areas, such as the cerebellum and brainstem, to ensure precise and fluid control of our bodies. One of the wonders of the brain is its ability to change and adapt in response to physical training. Through a process called brain plasticity, our brains can reshape its neural connections to improve coordination, strength, and stamina. This means that, with the right training, we can improve our physical abilities and reach levels of performance that previously seemed unattainable. Did you know that listening to music can influence our physical performance? Studies have shown that listening to music with a fast, motivating beat can increase our energy, improve our concentration, and help us maintain a steady pace during exercise. This phenomenon is known as the Mozart effect and is a fascinating curiosity that shows how music can stimulate and empower our brains while we move. In this chapter, we have explored the close relationship between the brain and movement. We have discovered how our brain coordinates and controls our physical actions, and how brain plasticity allows us to improve our performance through physical training. The Mozart effect has shown us how music can play a role in sports performance, providing an additional stimulus to push our limits. In the next chapter, we'll explore the fascinating world of the brain and the art of illusion, where we'll discover how our brains perceive and fool our senses. Do not miss it. Read on and delve into the mysteries of the human brain. The brain and the art of illusion, how we perceive and deceive our senses. Get ready to enter the fascinating world of illusions and discover how our brain can be fooled by our own senses. In this chapter, we'll explore how the brain processes sensory information and how it can be manipulated to create amazing optical and auditory illusions. From visual tricks to auditory tricks, you'll be amazed to discover how our brains interpret the world around us and how these illusions can reveal the deepest secrets of our perception. Our brain is a master at interpreting the sensory stimuli we receive from the environment. Through a complex process of integrating information, our brain builds an internal representation of the reality that we perceive. However, this representation does not always coincide with objective reality, and this is where illusions come into play. Optical illusions are a fascinating way in which our brain can be tricked. These visual tricks can make us see things that aren't there, or perceive sizes, shapes, and colors differently than they really are. On the other hand, auditory tricks, such as the famous McGurk effect, show us how our brain can be influenced by the sounds we hear, even to the point of changing our perception of lips moving. An intriguing curiosity is the famous illusion of the impossible triangle. To the naked eye, it looks like a normal triangle, but when you look closely, you will realize that the structure of the triangle is actually contradictory and cannot exist in a three-dimensional reality. However, our brain tries to interpret this figure, which leads us to a feeling of bewilderment and bewilderment. This illusion shows us how our brain tries to make sense of what we perceive, even when faced with contradictory stimuli. In this chapter, we have explored the exciting world of illusions and how our brain perceives and deceives our senses. We have discovered how our perception is an active construct of the brain, and how illusions can challenge our understanding of reality. The impossible triangle paradox has left us amazed by our brain's ability to try to make sense of contradictory situations. In the next chapter, we'll dive into the intriguing subject of exceptional brains, from prodigies to geniuses, and explore what makes them different. You cannot lose this. Read on and discover the hidden secrets of the human mind. Exceptional brains. From prodigies to geniuses, what makes them different? Get ready to dive into the exciting world of exceptional brains and find out what sets them apart from the rest. In this chapter, we will explore the brilliant minds of prodigies and geniuses, those individuals who possess extraordinary abilities in fields such as music, mathematics, art, and science. What is the secret behind his genius? Are they born with these abilities or do they acquire them through training and dedication? We will begin by unveiling the mystery of prodigies, those children who excel in a specific discipline from an early age. We'll examine famous cases of musical prodigies like Mozart and mathematical prodigies like Gauss to understand how their innate talents develop and flourish over time. We will explore the relationship between genetics, environment, and training in the formation of these prodigies, and how their brains can process and retain information in exceptional ways. Delving into the world of geniuses, we will travel through history to discover the brilliant minds that have left an indelible mark in their respective areas of expertise. From Leonardo da Vinci and his multifaceted genius in art and science, to Albert Einstein and his groundbreaking theory of relativity, we will marvel at his momentous contributions. We'll look at the common traits these geniuses share and how their ability to see the world from unique perspectives has influenced their extraordinary achievements. A fascinating curiosity is the famous Mozart effect. Various studies have shown that listening to Mozart's music, particularly his compositions for piano, can temporarily improve spatial and cognitive abilities. This phenomenon suggests that music has a direct impact on brain function and can temporarily boost our mental abilities. However, it should be noted that this effect is transitory and does not imply that listening to Mozart automatically makes us geniuses. In this chapter, we've explored the puzzle of exceptional brains, from prodigies to geniuses, and examined what sets them apart from the rest of us. We have discovered how innate talent, training, and environment can influence the development of extraordinary abilities. Curiosity about the Mozart effect has shown us how music can have an impact on our brain function, albeit temporarily. Chapter 3: The Senses and Perception. Vision: How we see the world. Imagine for a moment what life would be like without the ability to see. Vision is one of the most amazing and powerful senses we possess. Through our eyes, we explore and perceive the world around us, capturing vibrant colors, intriguing shapes, and subtle details. In this chapter, we'll delve into the fascinating workings of our visual system and uncover the secrets behind how we see the world. We will begin our journey by exploring the wonder of the human eye. From the iris that regulates the amount of light entering, to the retina that converts light into electrical signals, each part of the eye plays a crucial role in forming sharp, clear images. We will discover how the brain interprets these signals and transforms them into a visual representation of the outside world. Did you know that our vision is capable of retaining images even after they have disappeared? This phenomenon is known as persistence of vision. Our brain is capable of quickly fusing a series of individual images into a continuous sequence, creating the illusion of movement. It is thanks to this capacity that we can enjoy cinema, animations, and visual effects on the screen. Vision goes beyond the simple reception of light. We will explore how our brain interprets and processes visual information, allowing us to recognize faces, perceive depth and dimension, and pick up subtle details in our environment. Also, we will dive into the world of visual perception and how our brain can trick us with fascinating optical illusions. In this chapter, we've unraveled the mysteries of vision and explored how our brains interpret and process visual information. We have discovered the incredible capacity of our eye to capture and transmit images, as well as the persistence of vision that allows us to enjoy the art of cinema and animation. But our adventure in the senses and perception is not over. In the next chapter, we will dive into the world of hearing and discover how music and sounds influence our emotions and experiences. Don't miss out on this exciting journey through the senses and continue exploring how we perceive the world around us. The ear, the music of the mind. Dive into the exciting world of hearing and discover how music becomes the melody that resonates in our minds. Our ear is an extraordinary organ that allows us to enjoy sounds, communicate, and experience emotions through music. In this chapter, we'll explore how our sense of hearing works and how music has the power to influence our lives in amazing ways. We will begin our journey by delving into the anatomy and functioning of the human ear. From the outer ear to the inner labyrinth, each part of the ear plays a crucial role in capturing and processing sound. We will discover how the ear converts sound waves into electrical signals that our brain interprets as sounds. Music has been an integral part of the human experience since time immemorial. We'll explore how the brain emotionally processes and responds to music, triggering feelings of joy, sadness, excitement, and even chills. We will discover why certain melodies stay in our minds and how music can evoke memories and transport us to different states of mind. Did you know that some people have the ability to identify and even reproduce musical notes without the need for reference? This amazing phenomenon is known as absolute pitch. Only around 1% of the world's population have this rare ability, allowing them to recognize and name notes without any comparison or context. Perfect pitch is a fascinating display of the brain's ability to process and remember musical information. We will investigate how music affects our brain in more profound ways than we imagine. From improving our concentration and memory, to stimulating our creativity and relieving stress, music has amazing benefits for our mental health and well-being. We will also explore the phenomenon of musical synesthesia, where some people experience the interconnectedness of the senses, seeing colors or shapes when listening to music. In this fascinating chapter, we have discovered the power of hearing and how music becomes a powerful melody in our mind. We have explored the anatomy of the ear and its ability to capture and process sounds, as well as the emotional and cognitive effects that music has on our brains. But our adventure in the world of the senses and perception does not end here. In the next chapter, we'll dive into touch, smell, and taste, exploring how these forgotten senses play an important role in our sensory experience. Join us on this exciting journey and continue discovering the mysteries of our senses. Did you know that some studies suggest that listening to music while exercising can improve physical performance and stamina? Music acts as a motivating stimulus, distracting the mind from physical exertion and allowing us to focus on the rhythm and energy of the music. So next time you hit the gym, don't forget to bring your headphones and enjoy the symphony that will push you to new limits. Touch, smell, and taste, our forgotten senses. Delve into the wonderful world of the forgotten senses and discover how touch, smell, and taste connect us with the environment that surrounds us. Often underappreciated, these senses play a critical role in our sensory experience and how we perceive the world. In this chapter, we will dive into the richness of sensations that these senses provide us and explore their influence on our daily lives. We will begin our journey by exploring the sense of touch, a sense that physically connects us to our environment. We will discover how our skin, the largest organ in our body, is capable of capturing a wide range of sensations, from the soft touch of a feather to the pressure of a comforting hug. We will also explore how touch plays a crucial role in our social interaction and emotional communication. Let us now enter the fascinating world of smell, a sense that has the power to evoke memories, awaken emotions, and transport us to faraway places. We will discover how our olfactory system works, from the detection of molecules in the air to the interpretation of different odors in our brain. We will explore the close relationship between smell and memory, and how certain smells can trigger vivid memories and intense emotions. Now let's move on to the sense of taste, a sensory experience that allows us to enjoy the flavors of the world. We will explore the taste buds on our tongue and how they can detect different flavors: sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami. We will discover how our senses of taste and smell work together to create a complete taste experience. In addition, we will explore curiosities about food tastes and preferences in different cultures around the world. Did you know that it is estimated that human beings can distinguish between more than 10,000 different odors? Although our sense of smell is often underestimated, it has an amazing ability to recognize and differentiate a wide variety of scents. From the fresh scent of freshly cut grass to the subtle nuances of a floral fragrance, our sense of smell connects us to the world in a unique and evocative way. In this exciting chapter, we've explored touch, smell, and taste, three forgotten senses that play a pivotal role in our sensory experience. We have discovered how touch connects us to our physical environment, how smell has the power to awaken memories and emotions, and how taste allows us to enjoy the flavors of the world. But our adventure in the world of the senses and perception is not over yet. In the next chapter, we'll dive into the sensory symphony of our brain and explore how our most complex organ processes and fuses all of these senses to create our conscious experience. Prepare to be amazed at the way our brain integrates and interprets sensory signals, and discover how this shapes our perception of reality. The sensory symphony, how our brain integrates the senses. Imagine being at a concert, surrounded by musicians playing different instruments. The violin, the flute, the piano, the trumpet. Each emits its own sound, but when they come together, they create a beautiful symphony that stimulates your senses and transports you to another dimension. Similarly, our brain is the conductor of a sensory symphony, integrating the various stimuli from our senses to create a unified experience of the world around us. In this chapter, we will explore how our brain combines and processes information from the senses, generating a rich and comprehensive perception of reality. Our brain is a masterpiece of sensory integration. As we move through this chapter, we will discover how different areas of the brain are specialized to process sensory information from the senses. We will learn about the somatosensory cortex, which allows us to perceive touch and the position of our body in space. We will also explore the auditory cortex and the visual cortex, responsible for processing auditory and visual stimuli respectively. We will discover how these areas work together to create a coherent sensory experience. In our exploration of the sensory symphony, we will also come across an intriguing phenomenon: synesthesia. Synesthesia is a phenomenon in which a person experiences a mixture of sensations from different senses. For example, a person can perceive numbers as colors or associate sounds with flavors. We will discover the mysteries behind this peculiar condition and how it sheds light on the way our senses are intertwined in the brain. Did you know that some studies suggest that the sense of touch can influence the way we perceive flavors? It has been observed that the texture of food can affect our taste experience. For example, crunchy foods are often perceived as fresher and tastier compared to soft foods. This connection between touch and taste demonstrates how our senses work together in perfect harmony to shape our perceptions. In this fascinating chapter, we have explored the sensory symphony that unfolds in our brain. We have discovered how different brain regions specialize in processing sensory information from the senses, working together to create a unified and coherent experience. In addition, we have explored synesthesia, a phenomenon that challenges our conventional perceptions and invites us to reflect on the interconnectedness of our senses. As we continue our journey of discovery of the brain and mind, we will delve into the fascinating world of the perception of reality. How does our brain build the world we perceive? What other secrets and wonders await us in the confines of our mind? Read on to unravel the mysteries and delve into the amazing world of perception and consciousness. Exciting revelations await you in our next chapter. The perception of reality, how our minds build the world. Have you ever wondered how we perceive the world around us? At first glance, it might seem that our perception is an objective representation of reality. But the truth is that our minds actively construct our experience of the world. In this chapter, we'll explore how perception works and how our minds shape our understanding of reality. Our minds are experts at creating illusions and fooling ourselves. Throughout this chapter, we'll discover how our perception can be tricked by visual and cognitive tricks. We will see how the illusion of reality can play with our senses and make us believe things that are not entirely true. We will learn about phenomena such as visual persistence, change blindness, and subjective color perception, which reveal the flexibility and malleability of our perception. Our perception of reality is also deeply influenced by our past experiences and our culture. We will discover how our individual experiences shape the way we interpret the world and how our beliefs and cultural values influence our perception of reality. Through fascinating studies, we'll explore how cultural differences can affect how we perceive colors, shapes, and facial expressions. Did you know that our perception can be affected by our expectations? A phenomenon known as the placebo effect demonstrates how our beliefs and expectations can influence our sensory experience and perception of relief from a treatment, even if the treatment itself does not have curative properties. This shows the power of our mind to shape our perception and our experience of the world. Throughout this chapter, we have explored how our minds construct and shape our perception of reality. We have discovered the amazing capacity of our mind to deceive ourselves and have explored how our past experiences and our culture influence the way we interpret the world. However, the perception of reality remains a fascinating mystery that invites us to continue exploring. In the next chapter, we'll dive into the world of magic and illusions, discovering how illusionists manipulate our perception and challenge our beliefs about the possible. Get ready for an amazing journey that will test your senses and take you beyond the limits of what you thought possible. The magic of illusion, tricking the brain with visual tricks. Get ready to enter the fascinating world of magic and illusions. In this chapter, we'll discover how illusionists and magicians can trick our brains with amazing visual tricks. Magic challenges us to question our perception and marvel at the ability to fool our senses. Are you ready to discover the secrets behind the most amazing tricks? Magicians are experts at directing our attention and manipulating our perception. We'll learn how selective attention plays a crucial role in the art of deception, allowing magicians to divert our attention to what they want while hiding their secret moves. We will explore techniques such as distraction, the use of rapid movement, and the manipulation of space and time to create striking illusions. Magic is not only based on visual tricks, but also on our brain and its way of processing information. We will discover how our cognitive biases and expectations can be exploited by magicians to create amazing illusions. We will see examples of cognitive illusions, such as the phenomenon of cognitive load, where our brains are overloaded with information and are more prone to being fooled. Did you know that some famous illusions are based on the principle of retinal persistence? This phenomenon occurs when an image persists on our retina for a short period of time after the original image has disappeared. Magicians use this principle to create illusions of movement and rapid change that challenge our perception of reality. Magic and illusions invite us to question and explore the limits of our perception. Throughout this chapter, we've discovered how illusionists can trick our brains with visual tricks, manipulating our attention and taking advantage of our cognitive biases. Magic reminds us that our perception is malleable and that we cannot always trust what we see. In the next chapter, we'll dive into the fascinating world of synesthesia, a condition in which the senses intertwine and blend, creating unique sensory experiences. Get ready to discover how some individuals see sounds, feel colors, and experience the world in a completely different way. You won't want to miss this incredible sensory journey that will challenge your conceptions of reality. Synesthesia, when the senses intertwine. Can you imagine what it would be like to taste words or see colors while listening to music? In this fascinating chapter, we'll explore the phenomenon of synesthesia, a condition in which the senses become entwined and uniquely fused in the brain. Get ready to enter a world of extraordinary sensory experiences and discover how synesthesia reveals new dimensions of human perception. We will start by understanding what exactly synesthesia is and how it manifests itself in different individuals. We will see how some can associate letters or numbers with specific colors, while others can experience taste sensations by touching different textures. Through fascinating examples and testimonials, we will dive into the experiences of those who live in a synesthetic world. What happens in the brain of a synesthetic person? In this section, we will analyze the latest scientific findings on the brain mechanisms underlying synesthesia. We will discover how communication between different areas of the brain is triggered in unusual ways, creating unexpected connections between the senses. As we unravel these mysterious mechanisms, we will get closer to better understanding human sensory diversity. Did you know that synesthesia is not an exclusive condition of human beings? Some animals can also experience this phenomenon. For example, horses can associate the shape of an object with its taste, which helps them select safe foods in their environment. We will explore how synesthesia has influenced art, music, and literature throughout history. From synesthetic musicians creating symphonies of color to poets painting landscapes with words, we'll see how synesthesia has enriched creativity and challenged our conventional perceptions of the world. Through inspiring examples, we will appreciate how this condition has been a source of inspiration for artists from different eras. Synesthesia immerses us in a fascinating world where the senses intertwine and merge, opening a window to human sensory diversity. Through inspiring testimonials, research, and examples, we have discovered how this condition challenges us to redefine our understanding of perception and invites us to explore new ways of experiencing the world around us. In the next chapter, we'll delve into the intriguing topic of time perception, discovering how our brain perceives and experiences duration. Have you ever wondered why some moments seem eternal while others fly by? Join us on this time journey, and we will unveil the mysteries of our brain's internal clock. Read on and let yourself be surprised by the magic of time. The animal senses, how other beings perceive the world. Imagine for a moment that you could experience the world through the eyes of a bird, smell the world like a dog does, or feel the world like a dolphin does in the ocean. In this exciting chapter, we will delve into the fascinating realm of the animal senses and discover how other species perceive the world around them. Get ready to marvel at the extraordinary sensory abilities that exist beyond our own perceptions. We will begin our journey by exploring the keen and amazing vision of birds of prey. We will discover how these magnificent creatures are able to detect prey at incredible distances and perceive details that our eyes cannot capture. We'll learn how their peripheral vision, the structure of their eyes, and the ability to focus on objects at different distances give them a unique perspective on the world. We will then move on to the sense of smell, and we will immerse ourselves in the fascinating olfactory world of dogs. We will explore how these loyal companions are capable of detecting odors imperceptible to us, and how their exceptional sense of smell makes them valuable allies in search, rescue, and substance detection tasks. We'll unravel the secrets behind his incredible tracking ability and how his nose becomes a powerful scouting tool. We will continue to immerse ourselves in the mysteries of the underwater world and explore the extraordinary hearing of dolphins. We will discover how these intelligent marine mammals use echolocation to navigate and communicate in their aquatic environment. We will be surprised to learn how accurately they can detect objects and how sounds are transmitted underwater. Through fascinating curiosities, we will appreciate the listening skills that allow them to explore and survive in the vast oceans. Did you know that elephants have the ability to detect seismic vibrations through their feet? They can perceive earthquakes at surprising distances and react before humans are even aware of the danger. In addition to vision, smell, and hearing, we will discover other amazing senses that exist in the animal kingdom. From the detection of magnetic fields by migratory birds to the ability of bats to use echolocation, we will marvel at the diversity of sensory abilities found in nature. Through captivating examples, we'll appreciate how each species has developed unique sensory adaptations to survive and thrive in its environment. We end this fascinating chapter with an invitation to explore the world through the animal senses. By understanding how other species perceive the world, we can develop a greater appreciation for the diversity and beauty of life on our planet. Read on and immerse yourself in a journey full of wonder and discovery. The kingdom of the animal senses awaits you with its secrets and wonders. Did you know that some animals can perceive electric fields? For example, sharks have special organs called Lorenzini ampullae that allow them to detect electrical signals generated by other animals in the water. Continue your journey of sensory exploration and discover how the world unfolds through the senses of other creatures. In the next chapter, we'll delve into the fascinating perception of time and discover how our brains experience duration. Get ready to challenge your perceptions and dive into the mysteries of our brain's internal clock. Read on and let yourself be surprised by the magic of time. The perception of time, how our brain experiences duration. Time is an enigma that has puzzled mankind for centuries. In this intriguing chapter, we'll delve into the fascinating perception of time and discover how our brain experiences duration. Get ready for a journey in which you will challenge your conceptions about time and immerse yourself in the mysteries of our own temporal experience. We will begin by revealing one of the most amazing secrets of our brain, its ability to tell time. We will explore how our brain has an internal clock, a sophisticated network of neurons that allows us to perceive the passage of time and organize our experiences in temporal sequences. We will discover how this internal clock synchronizes with circadian rhythms and helps us regulate our daily activities. Have you ever noticed that time seems to stretch or speed up depending on the situation? We'll dive into the phenomenon of time elasticity and explore how our emotions, attention, and subjective experiences can alter our perception of time. From moments of pleasure that seem fleeting to moments of heartbreak that feel endless, we'll unravel the mechanisms behind these amazing phenomena. In addition to internal factors, we will discover how culture and the social environment can influence our perception of time. We'll explore the differences between cultures that emphasize punctuality and those that take a more flexible approach to time. We will marvel at the ways in which different societies have developed systems of time measurement and organization, and how these systems shape our conception of time. Did you know that the human brain has the ability to anticipate future events? This is due to the way our brain stores and organizes temporary information, allowing us to predict what is to come. We conclude this captivating chapter by inviting you to immerse yourself in the flow of time and explore the wonders of our temporal experience. As you challenge your preconceptions about time, you'll be amazed at how our perception influences the way we live our lives. Read on and let yourself be carried away by the mysteries of time, because the adventure is about to begin. In the next chapter, we'll explore the sixth sense, an enigmatic faculty that has intrigued humanity for a long time. We will discover intuition and extrasensory perception, revealing the secrets that are hidden beyond our 5 traditional perceptions. Prepare to enter a world of unknown and exciting perceptions. You won't want to miss this next chapter full of surprises and riddles to discover.